Hi everybody, I'm going to try to blaze through a video. I think I say that every time. But there's a lot I know I won't even get to. I'm sorry, that's what I always say, but it's totally true. So, let me get to my little notes. I've got my shirt. I think I wore this in a video and didn't talk about it. I think it was one of my on the road videos. It's just Kermit. It's pretty simple, not very exotic, but it does the trick. It's fake vintage, it's not real. So, today marks 8 months since I started hormone replacement therapy, and there have been lots of ups and downs, but I feel great about the whole thing. I am not plagued with doubts anymore, which is a huge advancement. But just cooking along. I mean, often I see a girl in the mirror now, and at first I had to try with all my might to force myself to imagine it. It's frustrating putting so much time. I've never put so much time and heart and money and blood and sweat and thought and brain power into a project like I have with this, and to be doing that for well over a year and really like fighting and struggling and taking hormones for 8 months, and still be only this far is very frustrating. It's outside the human scale of feedback and interactivity, which is the same with a lot of skills that you have to learn. You can't judge your improvement by your day-to-day, really. It's over a longer span. Anyway, so I've said many times I'm way ahead of the curve. Things are going great, despite my impatience. The ways in which I thought transition would benefit me have proven true. I thought it would make me happier, and once I owned up to it, I thought it would make me happier, and I thought it would reduce my stress and make me feel more myself and more alive and the whole thing. And it's true. So, full steam ahead. Gosh, I feel like a parrot. I really feel like I've said half of these things before, but here's where I'm at 8 months to the day. Recently, I felt like a girl on the internet. That was yesterday, actually. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is, but a lot of times when you're forcing yourself to think you're something you're not, like I have, you brainwash yourself into having a certain image of yourself, doing certain tasks, and one of those was eventually, not originally, I felt like a guy at the computer interacting with lots of other guys, because whatever. And I was typing, and I had my nails awesomely painted, and I was typing, and maybe it was even this afternoon. Was it earlier today? It was earlier today. I had my nails painted, and I was like, I've taken them off since, and talking, writing to girls about girl stuff, and I was like, Jesus, I'm a girl on the internet. As I've said to many people, I'm proudly claiming the geek girl status that I so sorely yearned for, but that was a difference. That was something. It was a mental tweak where I felt like whatever. I felt like a girl on the internet. I just came from dinner with a girlfriend of mine, who recently got facial feminization surgery, and that was both scary and inspiring. Very inspiring. One time early on before I started hormones, I went out to dinner with her and someone else, and the other someone else has had their testosterone blocker prescription in their hand and hadn't started because they didn't know what they were going to do. And she held it out in her hand, and I almost snatched it. And that's how I felt with my friend. That's how I felt with my friend in her facial surgery. I was like, I want that right now. Because she looked great. She still looked like herself, and she looked great. And all of a sudden, she was passing when she wasn't previously. All of a sudden, everyone in the world assumed she was a girl, and never thought twice about it, even though her voice, I mean, it's not totally perfect. I think we were at a Thai restaurant, and I think there were trans guys sitting behind us. There was a couple of guys sitting behind us, and I think they were trans guys. They were a little too interested, and they fit the profile. That was fun and interesting to think about. Well, there's so many things to say. There's a lot of new changes that I didn't talk about last time. My body hair is starting to thin out in patches. I don't think you can see. Oh, you can see there. I've got this big patch here, and that's just my arms. My legs have huge patches around the calf and the shin and the knee and different parts of the thigh, and it's symmetrical. Actually, someone suggested that it might just be where my tight jeans are rubbing off my hair. I don't think that's true, but if it's true, it's a combo thing because I've had tight jeans before, you know. So that's really exciting, and where the hair is patchy, and I mean, it looks like there's barely anything there. I'm getting a lot of ingrown hairs, so we'll see how that develops. Also, makes me wonder if I want to wait to get laser on my body hair, because maybe it'll thin out on its own. I won't have to spend the money. I want to watch my legs get patchy because it's so striking. I think it might be a fun gauge of my progress. But I think I want to wax or epilate or something my arms because it's too much of a giveaway and I'm over it. Harry. It's actually a little sparser than it used to be. Do I have a scar I didn't know about? What's up with that? I think I have a scar I didn't know about. I got my eyebrows done before my last video. I don't know why I didn't mention it. I don't think I mentioned it. She spent like an hour on them. Somebody really good, a client of mine. Did I? See, I forget what I talk about. I might want to go a little more overtly, like, indicatingly feminine with them. But they did really good. She did a really good job. She said mine are really hard to do because the hair grows at really funny angles. And they were super thick. Well, and it grows at funny angles, so if you trim them down, they're going to look weird and spiky and too done anyway. And anyway, so she thinned them out. I'm pretty happy with the whole thing. And once we're settled on the shape, we're going to wax them. Very lucky to have her. I noticed my chest and arms thinning out finally. I really hope I'm not saying this stuff over and over again. Gotta take better notes. Which is good, because that's my biggest paranoia, I think. Besides, like, my brow, is that I'm just gonna always have this huge barrel chest and bulky, you know. I mean, already, so I bought my first bras. Already my first bra is, 38A, which you can't find, you know. So I got this big barrel chest, but my muscles and stuff in my arms and my chest are starting to thin out, and that's really exciting for me. I'm starting to have erectile dysfunction, which is not a big problem. It does not bother me, and I do want to have a healthy sex drive, which goes along with that. So I got to think about some tweaks, but yeah. Did I mention I've had experiences where nothing comes out now, and I've had experiences where it comes out totally clear and you barely realize that anything happened, and then you're like, oh, how about that? When I don't see myself reflected in the mirror, I see myself reflected in the faces of my friends. I really see myself when I speak to them and how they're seeing me, so that's really wonderful. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't know. But they're seeing me, and that's very important. Thank you, guys. I was in Time Out New York. Did I say this shit? I actually have it. Someone just sent me a copy because I didn't get one. I was in Time Out New York with a picture of my big beard because it was the New York beard competition, and I had won. Here's another one giving away my identity. I had won second place in the New York beard competition the previous year, and so for this year's they put my face in Time Out New York. Yep. And my therapist saw it before I got to it, and she was glad I took it well. So, very importantly, I came out to my last job, my Puerto Rican karaoke. It went great. I leaked it to a couple people initially, and they thought it would go well. They've all grown up together, they know each other. And it went great. They didn't fire me. I don't know. I mean, now that the word is out, I don't know how the dynamic's going to be there. But the boss just said, like, you're here to do a job, and you just keep doing that job. And I mean, he said it in kind of a stern, macho way, but I think that's just their way, you know. So, wish me luck. We'll see how that goes. And then this is kind of a ball of worms, but I'm going to talk about it. So, in prepping for New Year's Eve, I felt kind of alone, and because my roommates were getting prepared, I didn't properly express to them that I wanted to I wanted people to get ready with, and I don't know how to do everything. I wanted to look nice in my gown for the swing party and everything. And so eventually they kind of got the drift that I was freaked out and wanting companionship, and they helped me get ready on their way out of the door. And then again last weekend, my girlfriend got me this amazing, amazing dress. It's like my ideal dress of all time. And all my friends got me great gifts. Oh my God. Don't hate me, my family, but my family got me pretty generic gifts. I think they were trying to avoid what was going on, and my friends have really come through. They've gotten me the most thoughtful, like mind-blowing gifts, and really like intuitive, purposeful gifts. But my girlfriend got me this amazing dress. It's like my ideal dress if I were gonna sketch like my perfect dress. And so I was gonna go out to this party with her, and I was so psyched to put it on. Earlier in the day, I'd got my first bras, and I was so spooked and anxious from doing that. And when I was seeing myself in the mirror, trying them on with Christina, with my girlfriend and her friend in the room, our friend, I thought I looked so terrible. And that anxiousness carried on to our preparation, and I just thought I looked so stupid. I looked like a man in a dress, and my anxiousness really spilled over to my girlfriend and kind of overwhelmed her, and I feel really, really bad about it. But it all worked out, and by the time I was actually at the party, I was feeling really sexy and looking great, and she was looking great. She performed amazingly, and I don't know. It was really special. I'm really glad she helped me through it. I'm really glad she had the patience, and I hope she knows that it improves every time, and it's not going to be like that every time. But gosh, that was really hard. Just getting out the door and facing the world like that. But I'm going to keep trying. Today, someone on the bus in Manhattan ma'amed me, was like, hey ma'am, do you know how to blah blah blah, and then came around the front of me and saw my face and still thought I was a girl. What? Oh my God, boy fail, right? And carrots, sorry. And it's the first time. I'm blown away. And it was only my voice that gave her away, and then she was like, oh, I'm sorry, ha 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 ha, I thought you were so score one for me. Progress every day. 8 months. What? Yep. Alright, maybe I'll just stop it there. There's so much to say. But congratulations to me on my 8-month anniversary. And I will update you on the many other things that are going on, including in a few short minutes I am going to come out to Facebook. I mean, most people already know at this point, but I'm going to come out publicly to Facebook, and it's a unique, exciting thing that I'll never do again. And wish me luck. I'm sorry for rambling. I hope I didn't say too many things that I said in previous videos. I'll be better about that in the future. Be well. Wish me luck. Oh, this was a gift too. This was one of my many awesome Christmas gifts. Thank you. Bye.